The owner of this white CX5 behind me is the neighbor of Ed Sheeran, who I'm a big fan of, and he rolled down from the castle over the hill all the way from Suffolk to Surrey. So jokes aside, I mean, yeah, they are from Suffolk, they are the neighbors of Ed Sheeran, but they didn't roll down here. What I wanted to say, so we are in Surrey, they are in Suffolk, that's 2.5–3 hours away from us. They are an elderly couple, and he drove that 3 hours and they are staying over in a hotel. So guys, like, I know few of you ask, like where we are based, like if it takes too long for you, you still see it can be doable or manageable. They are staying over the hotel overnight, staying in the hotel overnight. And we recommend, or we say, because that's what you ask as well, like how long it takes, we rather say 2 days for the carbon cleaning, so we can make sure everything is working as it should when we give the car back to you, especially if you're traveling from that far away from us. So while we are having like a beautiful time here and discovering or exploring the village, the cities here, we are getting the carbon cleaning done on his one. I have already done the initial assessment, so where I check the fault codes, where I check the live data. The P0401 is present for the EGR flow. That's because the tube inside the intake manifold is blocked with carbon, and it restricts the flow of the exhaust gases back to the intake manifold and to the combustion chamber. Also, I noticed exhaust pressure sensor readings are low. I'm going to tell him that it is low, and also when I switch the camera, I'll tell you a little bit more about the engine. It has only 62,000 miles on the clock, and the owner owns it from nearly brand new. He bought it when the car was 1 year old. Check the oil pressure fine, injector correction factors fine, DPF fine, doesn't regen frequently, it cleans itself fairly well, not fairly, very well, so that's fine. Only the carbon buildup. And now let me switch the camera and show you what else I can see. So let's have a closer look. If I lift that heat shield, you see that red old exhaust pressure sensor, which I would recommend, or I will recommend the owner to get that replaced. There is wet also around the injector holes, or sorry, where the injectors are on the cylinder head, on the valve cover, sorry. And as you can see, that white yellowish bubble of all, not all, like OEM MAZDA silicone sealant is sticking out from underneath the valve cover, means it hasn't been ever removed. We will recommend him to get the injector washers done, and at the same time check the wear of the camshaft, if it is worn or not. What I can see also, the drive belt is cracked. So our recommendation to the owner, except the carbon cleaning which he came for, is do the exhaust camshaft inspection, which includes replacing the injector washers and the valve cover gasket if the camshaft is not worn. If the camshaft is worn, obviously that would need replacement too. And also I would suggest him to get the drive belt replaced. So I'll get in touch with him, let him know what we found, what we recommend, and based on his decision we will go ahead with the job. But yeah, after I discussed it with him, I'm going to remove the parts and show you the condition of the intake manifold, intake ports, EGR parts. Also, another thing we noticed, that the coolant level is low, or better said empty, so we will correct that obviously. So I have already disassembled the car. Let's have a look first at the intake manifold. So as I said earlier, the car has 60,000 on the clock, and now let's have a look at the intake ports. And in the next clip, what you will see, this one is going to be already cleaned, and I'll start up the car after, bleed the cooling system. The owner decided that at this point he's going to only get done the carbon cleaning, and maybe later on in the future he will sort out the rest. The reason being because he wants to sell the car So he wants to make sure that it's free of carbon, and the car doesn't give any fault codes except for that tube which is here, this one, which I think, if I can show you, it's fully blocked with carbon. I mean, you can't even see it, but if we remove, it will be fully blocked with carbon, and that's why it triggers the B041 fault code. So this is how that tube is blocked, full of carbon. So it's this one. This is the one triggering the fault code. So the carbon cleaning is done. I wanted to include the number plate, reg plate, so I don't say I'm recording all the time the same car. So here it is. We still need to touch up the surfaces, and let me show you the valves before the camera dies. So that's how clean we get them with the carbon cleaning, sorry, the walnut blasting. Yeah, so this one is now ready to be assembled back together, which for me it will take 30 minutes. If Dan's going to do it, it would take him 1.5 hours, but he still gets it done, doesn't matter. Well, the carbon cleaning is done. Now just the coolant system is bleeding. Yeah, so they can now make it back to Suffolk safe. But I guess they will stay overnight anyways. So yeah, that was it for this video. In this one I didn't really include any tips and tricks or in detail like tutorial how to do it. I've got other videos on the channel which you can watch if you want to check how to do the carbon cleaning at home yourself. Oh yeah, so thanks for watching. If you liked it, feel free to give us a share, subscribe, like the video, or leave a comment if I missed anything, or if you want to know anything. Feel free to leave super thanks or buy through the Amazon affiliate links I put in the video description below. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you soon in the very next video. Take care and bye bye guys.